inbuilt batteries is not something I recommend you buying. Even if the Nintendo Switch, the idea is good of having games that you own physically, that it lasts for a long time. But my main problem with the companies in general that have inbuilt batteries, and I think Xbox actually does it better than what Nintendo or PlayStation does, because Xbox at least allows you to change the batteries, or if you can buy changeable batteries from companies that sell them. So at least if you want to, in a sense, have a chargeable batteries that people still sell, or you can just buy the regular batteries that they sell in store regularly. So Xbox is way better on this than what PlayStation or Nintendo currently does. And Nintendo had the right idea with the Nintendo Wii, but I guess for some reason they thought that inbuilt batteries was more convenient, because with inbuilt you can just put on a charger and just charge it. But then you also have to buy a new one if it explodes. So it doesn't really benefit the consumer, it only benefits the corporations. So you should really never support companies that sells consoles, or I mean I don't mean consoles because they use power supplies. That's okay, but I mean equipment or devices that has inbuilt batteries as a power supply. It's way it's way better if you buy a handheld console or a controller from a company or whatever device you use. I even suggest this with phones too. That's why I own a Nokia Classic, because you can change battery easily by just opening the behind the lid in a sense, and just change it if your batteries go wrong, and you could just get one probably from Nokia or something. But that's my point. I wouldn't reward companies that kind of does try this idea that it's supposed to be convenient, but it's actually more of a money scheme. It's really not something I would support. I would just support companies that allow you to change battery easily. That's who I would support. So that's just my opinion on it. And thank you. And one more thing, while I'm on this subject, in the future, I'm kind of skeptical of consoles in a sense. I mean, Nintendo has the right idea with the physical ownership that makes the games less DRM in a sense, that you actually have the full game. Because I think it should be illegal for corporations who make video games that you have to actually have an internet connection to download the rest of the game. That should be illegal. It should be the full game on a disc or the thing you download from. It should not be like that you need internet connection to get the rest of the game. That's like renting a game. That's not buying it. So that's I think that's really scummy that this practice is allowed in gaming companies. So here is my suggestion though. If this continues in a sense, then I would just support GOG.com, because what is good about that site is you you can download an installer, which I would recommend, because the whole point of this site is to support DRM free games. That means that you buy a game from that site, and you also keep it on. You can like download the offline installer and keep the game itself on an external hard drive. And that means that you don't need the internet connection to install it if you get on your computer or something like that. So the future seems to be stationary PC and bug.com. That's the two. That's the website I would support at least. Steam, I think, only got lucky because it was popular to support game developers, and this was one way to do it in terms of digitized online support of games, instead of And also because CDs or DVDs have become a little bit more obsolete these years. I actually have a DVD on my laptop though, so a DVD player. I'm still fan of that because DVD movies is kind of like physical ownership. So I'm not getting rid of that unless someone does it the way that Bandcamp.com does it, where you can buy from a very supportive industry that supports artists and that you can listen to and see if that's for you, or and then you can buy it if you like the music. Like that one market that I support because it's very fair, and you can support it if you like it. I'm very much happy with that model. But the whole idea that you should rent something for payment, I think that's stupid. It's also why I don't support services like Netflix because you really aren't really getting it. You're just renting it because what Netflix does or streaming services in general is they buy a license of a TV series, a movie, or whatever they can get hand on, and then they have it for some time. And if the license goes out, then it's buy to that. So that means you can't watch it. That's why I'm against it. I don't think you should rely on streaming services. That's why I don't have a Netflix. I use DVD currently. I just get if I am rich enough at least, I just get seasons or a movie that I like, and I just use VLC player to record it and have it on external hard drive. But that's what I mean. I think you should try to support physical ownership because I think you kind of get more out of it. And basically, I'm supportive of uh, places that doesn't support DRM and companies that doesn't try to meddle too much in the whole inbuilt batteries because it's more convenient to actually have something that lasts and actually something you own rather than just something that just flushes down right the drain. That's just my opinion on it. Feel free to agree or disagree. Thank you and bye.